Your SAP consultant just spent 6 months on an implementation, and a model can now read the entire config in 4 seconds. So why are we still paying them $400 an hour? Welcome to Confessions of a Tech Optimist, the show where we believe in technology's promise, and then invite someone to tell us exactly why we're wrong. I'm your host, David, and every episode I bring in an expert to challenge my optimism, stress test my assumptions, and occasionally make me question everything I thought I knew about where tech is taking us. Today's topic: will AI replace SAP consultants? My guest is Dr. Sarah Chen, 15 years in enterprise transformation, S/4HANA migrations across 3 continents, and a reputation for telling clients things they absolutely do not want to hear. Welcome to the show, Sarah.
Thanks for having me, though I'll warn you, challenging your optimism might be the understatement of the episode.
I expect nothing less. All right, Sarah, I'm the optimist. I think AI is coming for the SAP consulting industry hard and fast. Change my mind.
Look, I've been in this industry long enough to watch 3 waves of "this will replace consultants" come and go. But let me be clear, I'm not dismissing AI. What I'm saying is that SAP consulting was never about typing transaction codes. It's about translating how a business actually runs. The messy, undocumented, well, finance does it differently in Brazil, reality, into a system. AI is brilliant at the documented stuff. The problem is, none of the important stuff is documented.
See, that's the line I don't buy, Sarah. Because a huge chunk of what consultants bill for is the documented stuff. Configuring pricing procedures, mapping fields, writing functional specs. AI eats that for breakfast now.
Some of it, sure. Copilot-style tools can draft a functional spec. But who tells the AI that the spec is wrong? Garbage in, garbage out. And enterprise requirements are mostly garbage on the way in.
But that's exactly where AI gets better fastest. Pattern recognition across thousands of past implementations. A model that's seen 10,000 pricing procedures spots the contradiction your junior consultant misses on a Tuesday afternoon.
Okay, hold on. That assumes the 10,000 implementations were right. Half of SAP's installed base is held together with custom Z code and prayer. You train on that, you automate the dysfunction. You don't fix it.
So your job security is everyone else did it badly?
I mean, yes, partly, but more seriously, accountability. When a migration breaks payroll for 40,000 employees, you don't sue the model. You need a human who owns the risk, who sat in the room, who can be fired. Enterprises pay for a throat to choke.
That feels like a temporary moat, Sarah. We accepted autopilot in planes. We're accepting AI in radiology. A human must own it. Erodes the second the tool is reliably better and cheaper.
Radiology has clean inputs. An X-ray is an X-ray. SAP has a global manufacturer running 3 ERPs from acquisitions, conflicting tax logic, and a VP who insists their process is special. That's not a pattern matching problem. That's a negotiation problem.
But the negotiation is shrinking. Rise with SAP, clean core, adopt standard, stop customizing. SAP itself is dragging customers toward the documented happy path. And the happy path is exactly what AI automates. You're defending the swamp while SAP drains it.
Oh, come on. Clean core has been the promise since ECC. Show me the customer who actually went vanilla. Every standard implementation grows 300 custom objects by go live because the business refuses to change. That refusal is permanent. That's where I live.
So your bull case is human stubbornness.
My bull case is human stubbornness. Honestly, bet on it every time. It's never let me down.
Okay, let me steelman your strongest point, the integration one. The hard part isn't SAP. It's SAP touching Salesforce, touching a warehouse system, touching a 40-year-old mainframe nobody understands.
Yes, that. The value isn't in one system, it's in the seams between systems, where no documentation exists and the one guy who knew retired in 2019. I can't interview a ghost.
But it can read his code, Sarah. It can reverse engineer the logic out of that mainframe faster than any human archaeologist.
It can read the code. It can't read the intent behind the code. Why did they hard-code that exception? Was it a bug, a regulation, or a handshake deal with a supplier in 1998? The code doesn't say. The business barely remembers.
That's actually a fair point. I'll give you that one.
And honestly, let me give you one. The grunt work? Gone. It should be gone. Junior consultants spending nights writing test scripts and reconciling spreadsheets? AI takes that and good riddance.
So, we partly agree. The pyramid collapses.
The bottom of the pyramid collapses. The army of body shop juniors doing repetitive config, yeah, that's in real trouble. I won't pretend otherwise. The senior advisor who owns the business outcome, that role gets more valuable, not less, because they're now leveraged by these tools.
But you see the problem there, right, Sarah? If you kill the junior tier, where do your future seniors come from? You're describing a profession that eats its own farm team.
Yeah, that one keeps me up at night, honestly. I don't have a clean answer.
At least you're honest about it. All right, closing statements. Make it tight. Why does the SAP consultant survive?
Because enterprise software is a human problem wearing a technical costume. AI will absorb the typing, the testing, the documentation, all of it, and fast. But someone still has to sit across from a frightened VP, understand what the business is actually afraid of, and own the consequences when it goes live. That's not consulting going away. That's consulting finally doing only the part that mattered. And after 15 years in this industry, I'd call that a confession worth making.
And here's mine. Every profession that said, but the human judgment part, eventually watched that part shrink to a sliver. I don't think AI replaces the SAP consultant in one clean swing. I think it quietly replaces 80% of the work. The rates collapse, the headcount collapses, and what's left is a much smaller, much sharper group of people who look nothing like today's consulting army. Survival, sure, but not at this scale and not at these prices. That's my confession as a tech optimist. The future is bright, just not for everyone in the room. Sarah, this was exactly the kind of sparring I needed. Thank you for not letting me off easy.
Anytime. Ask me again in 2 years. One of us is buying lunch.
That's a wrap on episode 1 of Confessions of a Tech Optimist. If this conversation made you uncomfortable, good, that means it worked. Subscribe on Apple Podcasts or Spotify, leave us a review, share it with the SAP consultant in your life, or the AI that's eyeing their job. Every episode, we'll bring in a new expert to challenge the optimist in me. Some days they'll win. See you next time.